And man, but we're going to touch on that. Hey, folks, Mena Street Live morning show. Normally a fun, festive occasion, still is, but we're concerned about people in our community here. Look at the screen here. We have our 7-day forecast, and we'll get to that. But right now, the Tiger Bus. Oh my God! I'm so glad the kids are okay. That's what the last report that I've heard there, Brock, is that the kids are okay, and they were able to be rescued. That's made national news, right there.
I believe that was Highway 8 West. That's a bad one during this time of weather.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Yeah. Well, I went to Sheriff Scott Sawyer's page. I tell you what, he's a good one. And
yes, he is.
We're grateful for him, and he's also very informative too. Very important, folks, that we stick together with this. So we hope you're doing good today. Welcome to Mena Street Live, and just making sure we're live where we need to be. You always have fun with electronics and stuff in this kind of weather, but it looks like things are rocking and rolling just fine. And we appreciate your comments too. I check on these all over the place. And want to make sure we don't miss anything from some of your reports. Really impressed there, Agent Brock, with how people are taking care of each other and keeping each other apprised of what's going on. Also, at the airport, oh my gosh, name that building that collapsed at the Mena Airport?
I believe it was Kreider Aviation.
Oh my gosh. And everybody's okay as far as you know?
As far as I know, I don't think anybody was in it, but that's a very big building, a big hangar, and
right.
I've been seeing a lot of big buildings like that. Usually north and east of us, a lot of them have collapsed in Hot Springs and Fort Smith, Fayetteville, especially up towards Mountain Home, where they got a lot more snow and ice than we did.
Yeah.
But I think anybody with a flat roof in this neck of the woods got lucky this time.
Well,
because it's been bad some other places.
Such a bizarre storm and formation here too. If you're a rancher, usually that can be a good thing. If you're in Amarillo, you want that snow, but all that to say, and we have viewers in Amarillo right now, Oklahoma City, different parts of the country, people who come here and they watch Mena Street Live too, and so we're grateful for you. We our thoughts and prayers are with you as well, with your family. But hey, Brock. Talking about all this as the result of weather. Look at this. We have a 7-day forecast. Let me pull this up real quick. And there you go.
I hope it's a good one.
I hope it's a good one. Yeah. Tom Mortimer said, I don't like to use my weatherman. but Wednesday, hey, high of 38, low of 18. And you're seeing the little snowflakes there. And I'm not talking about people. Thursday, 34 high, 20%. A chance there of rain. Friday, 38 high, and of course 22 low. The sun will come out tomorrow. Well, that's not quite. There you go. Not quite tomorrow, and then we have Saturday, 44 high with low of 26. Even more sun, and then here comes the sun. Sunday, 48 degrees high, 28 degrees low, and you see Monday right there, 52 high. 32 low. Tuesday, 55 high. But boy, that's still a 35 low. Monday, still just below freezing. And folks, you got to be careful out there. You know what I mean? But I have to say, Agent Brock, that people that are calling in sick, it's a little more legit this time around, right?
Yep.
Especially if you can't get off the mountain. And but so I started thinking about everybody, and I was thinking, man, you know what? I wonder when people call in what they really mean, because we have plenty of employers as well as employees that watch Mena Street Live, you know what I'm saying? And so let's take a look what people really mean when they call into work. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, call-in translations. Here we go. Brought to you by Brant and Brock, frickin' Brick. I don't know. Okay, I'm not feeling well today. That's number one. The translation: I slept 3 hours and my soul hurts.
can relate to that one.
I slept 3 hours and my soul hurts. Number 2, I've got car trouble. But the translation for that is, my car works fine, but I don't.
Yep.
You ever feel that way? I think old Garth had a song. I'm much too young to feel this old. 3, I need to take a mental health day. Oh, that works in this culture, doesn't it? Try doing that back in my day.
You know what that translates to is it's not my mental health I'm worried about. It's yours if I show up.
Well, gosh, I'm Gen X, man. You break your leg, hey, walk it off, right?
Rub some dirt in it.
Yeah. So this for you Gen X business owners and employees, you'll get a kick out of this. I need a mental health day. That's a big thing now. No shame or disrespect, but that's just kind of funny. Something came up, and the translation for that is something always comes up when I don't want to come in.
Something always comes up. Which one is it today?
Oh my gosh, back in the day, the dog ate my homework. What do they say now, right?
The dog ate my laptop.
My brother, who identifies as a dog, ate my homework. I wonder if I can use that one. Okay, all right. Number 5, I'll try to make it in later. And the translation of that is, you will not see me today.
Yep. No, I won't.
you won't be seeing this brother today. Oh, man. How about number 6? I'm waiting on a repair and a delivery. What is that translated? I'm waiting on motivation. It has not shipped. It has not arrived. It has not shipped yet. Oh, my gosh. Now, hey, this is legitimate, right? Of course. My kid is sick, right? Translated, my kid coughed once and I panicked, right?
Yep.
Or my kid coughed and I said, hey, can you do that again?
Do it again in the phone for the boss, louder.
Oh, my kid is sick, Hey, just don't be live on Facebook sledding, woo, I've seen that happen too. Okay, number 8, the roads are bad, and you translate that, and it says, I saw one slide video on Facebook and said, nope. That's legitimate because we're going to see a funny video, and no one was hurt in the making of this video. But okay, number 9. Oh yeah, okay. Number 9. I didn't get much sleep. Translated, I made poor decisions, and here we are. Right?
Yep.
Now, or I was doom scrolling at 3 a.m. and this brother couldn't shut it down. Oh man, isn't that funny? I was doom scrolling. All right. Here we go. And then of course number 10. I'll make up the hours later.
No, you won't.
How did you know? Translated, no, I won't. And so we're gonna come back with employer responses right after this. Now,
you sign up for extra shifts, and then you're wondering why you signed up for extra shifts, because now you have to work the extra shifts.
You have to work the. Hey, we're already back, folks, and we're just preaching the gospel of calling in. I guess I don't want to be sacrilegious there, but now you heard the employee call-ins, which is pretty funny. But have you heard the top 10 responses when employees call into work? And okay, so number 10. This is the response from employers. Okay, here we go. Number 10. Okay, keep me posted. Translated, I will not be posted, and neither will you. You're like, yeah, right. Number 9. Do what you think is best. And translated, this is a correct answer, and you chose wrong.
Yep.
Of course, hey, sometimes when an employer says, hey, do what you think is best, they have someone coming in to interview for your position.
That or that response also usually comes from a supervisor who,
Yep.
when they say do what you think is best, that means I don't want to make this decision either. So it's back on you.
I don't want to make this decision either. Yeah. Well, and of course we have an appreciation for employers because, my goodness, if our employees knew, how often we pay everybody but ourselves, you know what I mean? And so anyway, the older you get, the more you learn. That ranks up right up there, Agent Brock, with wherever you go, there you are. And so anyway, pretty funny. But it's fun with what's going on today. Let's look at this here. Okay, number 8. We'll figure it out. And sure enough, the translation for that is, I'm already mad and rearranging everyone's day. Number 7, hope you feel better. And that's another translation for what, Agent Brock?
No, we don't.
No, I don't. I know I don't.
We don't care.
Or this better not happen again.
With something.
this better not happen again. Number 8 of employer responses to lame call-ins. Can you come in for just a little while? And please suffer briefly for the team.
Yeah.
Number 5. That's fine, but we're really short today. And translated, I want you to feel really guilty while you're resting, or while you're faking, or while you're sledding. Woo! All right. Just don't put on Facebook, folks. It's just fun. No. Okay, so how about this? Number 4. Let me know if you can make it in later. Translated, I know you won't, but I have to ask.
Yep.
Number 3, okay, thanks for calling. And translated, I'm in this conversation before I say something. Before I say how I really feel. How many know that you don't know how someone feels until they're angry? That's how they really feel. Till they're angry or inebriated. And that's a whole different show, isn't it? So, all right, number 3.
I've always said drunks tell the truth.
Yeah, they do. Well, hey,
most of the time they tell the truth, and angry people do as well.
Oh yeah. Well, number 3. Okay. Oh, I said that. Number 2. We'll talk about this when you get back. And translated, this is not over. Or it's a psych op. I want you to sweat it. And then number 1. All right. And that's the one you should worry about when your employer says.
That means the interpretation is up to you.
The interpretation is up to you.
That's tantamount to saying, we're going to let you sweat it out.
And, we're going to let you sweat it out. Well, hey, you know what? I love the history, that the Mena celebrates. A lot of newcomers may or may not know about Lum and Abner, the legendary duo. Yep. Back in the day, it became nationally famous with their funny sketches and stuff. Very talented guys. And I started digging around there, Agent Brock, and I'm not sure if you can see this where you are, but I thought, well, man, let me pull up a picture, Lum and Abner, and there you go. Isn't that cool? It's
I can't see it. I can't see it from where I'm at.
I know, but right now it's a black and white picture, and that's cool. I thought, well, that looked like in color. And hey, sure enough, wow, that looks more close to home. Okay, yeah, I see that. Good deal. If you notice, they looked a lot older than they do now. And, we do. And then that's what they look like dressed modern. That's pretty cool. But then, Agent Brock, I thought.
Send me those so I can see them.
I will, because right now you're in the Brockmobile.
I'm in the Brockmobile.
But I think you can imagine this one, though. You'll be able to see it when you go to Facebook right after this. Or YouTube, but look at this. This is what they look like as rockers. Folks, I know you're laughing inside. Don't pretend like
I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah. Well, they both look like Keith Richards. Of course, I think Keith Richards babysat them when they were young. Who knows,
and their grandparents.
And their grandparents.
I'm sure he babysat their grandparents, too. Did Keith Richards invent fire?
Well, hey, if you're joining us just now, take a look at this. What to expect, the 7-day forecast. Also, you can hit rewind, too, after we're live. But, folks, we really want you to be careful out there. You know what I mean? Be
It's still
safe.
slick and it's still bad.
Yeah, and then of course I'll be paying attention. So many great local Facebook pages that keep people apprised of what's happening. You know, we're going to check those out as well. Now, Agent Brock, I learned something new about you last night, that you're a handyman, and so I don't know if you can see this or not. Yeah, but this is what I call the ladder cam, folks. You don't want to do your own home improvement, and no one was killed during the production of this, but take a look at this. You know, you get to doing things on your own, and you think you got it covered. You know, you don't need no license, no stinking badges. Oh my gosh, bless his heart. Oh no. You know what? You should have called Brock. You should have called Brock. And
I
so
can't see
you know,
what you're looking at from here, but I can tell you this much. Or anytime someone loses a load out of the back of their truck or out of the back of a trailer, it's because they didn't do one thing.
Yeah.
They didn't tap it and say, that's not going anywhere.
They didn't tap it. Yeah. Well, you know, when I was a young man, I worked at Bob Mills. You know Bob Mills, all those furniture stores all over the country. There's not one here. Bob needs to have one here. And I was already a graphic artist. I was already doing marketing and stuff too. And I'll never forget when I walked into his office and said, Bob, your logo looks like a Radiator fan. You should have seen his logo. I wasn't being insulting, but if you remember back in the day, Bob Mills Furniture, he's wearing those big, colorful Bill Cosby sweaters, which now that reference doesn't age well, does it? You know,
it aged like milk.
Pudding. but all I have to say is I got to be the first to redesign his logo to a water balloon. Yeah, water balloon.
Oh.
No, an air balloon. And Bob Mills was wearing those big colorful sweaters back in the early 90s. Well, it's partially my fault. I'm sorry. It's Bill Cosby's fault for the sweaters. But all that to say is we had to tie things on, and we had to know how to do certain knots to tie things on so they wouldn't fall off your truck. And if you don't tie something on right, you might not only, you know, lose the merchandise you bought, but you might hurt the person driving behind you. So anyway, but there's all kinds of little things that we do that as we get older, we don't need to do on our own. And so that's why it's very, very important to, if you can, reach out to your friends or family or neighbors, or you better call Brock.
Better call Brock.
Better call Brock. And of course, you're on Facebook as well, Brock's Handyman Service. But I'm excited to learn that about you, the passion that you've had your whole life, over 20 years that you've been doing it, you know, helping others as well. But my gosh, what are all the things that you've been doing that people may need help with after the thaw?
Well, I'll tell you this, you know, usually it takes a day or two after a good complete thaw before people start realizing that the ceiling is soggy. Right. Or that the floor is squishy. You know, it takes a while sometimes for water and ice damage to rear its ugly head. It's not always immediate after it gets above 32. So as the temperature fluctuates and as you get runoff, that's where you start seeing ice dams on the eaves of your house that are backing up under the shingles, and you get roof leaks. Sometimes, if your house isn't on a firm foundation, as the temperature fluctuates, pipe fittings will work loose. And sometimes people don't realize it until days and days afterwards when they start seeing water somewhere or a door doesn't close just right. But the main things that this kind of weather really affects is roofs, siding, windows, and plumbing. That's and of course guttering. You know, when you get this much ice buildup, unless your gutters are well attached, they're coming down.
Well, you know, and something else too, for some of us, it may be time to look into getting some railing on your porch. You know, this is unusual ice and snow, and there's, you know, we're not going to build any kind of, but the bottom line is very slick. Some of you can't even get off your hill. And so how much more is going to be slippery on your porch? So, you know, because we care about you, want to encourage you too. It's not just because it's Brock, but it may be time to think about some railing, especially for your parents too. You know, Agent Brock, you're of a younger generation, and I'm Gen X, but my generation is the first generation, so much of us to be raising our own grandkids because of the fentanyl issues in our country. And,
Yes.
but while we're taking care of our grandkids and we're taking care of our parents a lot of times, not always, who's taking care of us? Nobody. And so,
Right.
yeah, that's why I'm going to be excited. We're going to have a health segment in a couple of weeks and other segments too. Pretty much everything in your lifestyle for information and direction and encouragement. And so, like John Tesh, information for your life, I think is what it was called. I'm not sure who wrote that, but
That was
love
a good
John.
one.
But yeah, we want you to be able to walk away with something good. But it might
Yeah.
be time though, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money to look
No.
to look into to getting some railing for yourself, for everybody. But especially around here, there's people who live in different areas. Some are hard to get to, some are not. Some roads going up are not friendly, and so you got to be proactive. But isn't it good to know it doesn't have to cost a fortune with Agent Brock? And
That's
so,
right.
yeah. So with all that said, we just wanted to come to you. Of course, acknowledge what happened at the airport. God bless you. I'm glad that everybody's okay, is what I've heard so far. Of course, I'm relying on local news, and Scott saw your great Facebook page to keep up with certain things. We love him, and of course, a lot of other great, what's happening in Mena and some other pages as well. I really like what I'm seeing with people taking care of each other, and we got to
It's
do
good to
more
be
of that.
informed.
Oh, yeah. Keep it informed as the days go by. Well, folks, stay safe, stay warm. If you're sledding instead of working, don't film it yet. No. And if you're an employer, hey, God bless you, because when it warms up again, we need to come to your place of business. We need to spend some money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And of course, when you see our intro, all great things, you got Honey and Pearls. That rivals places in Dallas that, I travel across. I still travel, still do a lot of TV stuff. And of course, Little Italy, gosh, best Italian food and steak, awarded that. Tom has footage of him doing some sliding on his parking lot, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, right? And of course,
right.
Arkansas traveler, you need to book a trip to someplace sunnier, and of course Mena Laundry, that's where Tom goes. The nicest, cleanest laundry with screens and snacks, a snacko-mat. You're not limited to bad vending machine food. You can actually get some good food there at Snacko-Mat while you're doing your laundry. I still love that Snacko-Mat. I love it. Right across from Walmart, in the Mena Laundry, and you can even buy, I think, guitar strings and some of those machines too. It's like, hey man, isn't that cool? And of course, Curve Putman. Hey man, Dr. Curve.
A lot of people are going to be needing him after they get out on this ice.
I was about to say, we know some people that around this time of year your back gets stiff, your joints get stiff. Well, or maybe you had a slip or something. You don't have to fall. All you have to do is just slip one leg wrong, and all of a sudden you're out of alignment. Well, get aligned and reduce some of that. Reduce some inflammation. Also, he's got that laser pen. I think the first visit, if you haven't had it yet, the first laser treatment is free. Whoa! And let me tell you something. It works, man. It works. I needed that when I was doing my Tybo. To Huey Lewis. I'm joking. No, it wasn't Huey Lewis. It was Led Zeppelin. But anyway, I'm joking. But yeah, so look all of our sponsors on there, and there's more people jumping on board too, because people are learning that there's a lot of eyes on this show, and from different places as well, and other Facebook pages in different cities as well. So you would do well if you have a business and you want to make more money, and you want to be ahead of the game with the growth coming to Mena. Get involved in Mena Street Live. Nothing like it. And then
This is the platform to be on.
It is. A guy from Canyon told me, he said, I'm going to go to Honey and Pearls, and I'm going to go to Little Italy. And he said, he watches us on YouTube. And that, of course, we're about to have another YouTube channel as well. So anyway, folks, be well, be safe, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Agent Brock, you get out of the Brockmobile, and we'll see you next time.
Stay frosty, brother.
Stay frosty. on Mena Street Live.